You have to understand, in our lifetime, everything, he says over here, the Gemara in Shabbat says, we cannot rely. There was a story in the Gemara in Masechet Ta'anit. Listen to the story. There was a house. There was a house that was basically dilapidated. And Rab Huna had a bottle of very expensive wine in the house. He had a very expensive bottle in this house. Wine, hashubi, the whole 9 yards. And now what he did was, he didn't go in, it's a dilapidated house. But he waited for another rabbi named Rabbi Barahaba. And he says, Rabbi Barahaba is coming to town. Okay, he waited. Rabbi, how are you? I have a question, halacha. You mind if I ask you a question? Come, but let's walk together. So they're walking together. He's telling the halacha like this, like that. Is this the halacha? Like, come, Rabbi, let's walk, and walking. He takes the rabbi into the house, and Rav Huna grabs his bottle of wine, and they continue telling the halacha. They walk outside the house. As soon as they walk outside the house, what happens? The house collapses. Now he has this bottle of wine, very expensive, hashubi-dubi bottle, and the house collapses. So now the rabbi, Rabbi Ada, tells Rav Huna, I'm upset. And he's upset. Says, why? Because you knew the whole entire time that you're taking me and you're walking me inside the house because it's a sakana, And we know the rule is like this. Al yismoch al adam al anes. We don't somech, we don't rely on open miracle. I have to understand, the reason why I said open miracle is because our whole lives are miracles. Our whole lives, our whole being, the fact that you're breathing, the whole thing is a miracle. The fact that you're alive, the whole thing is a miracle. But open miracles, we can't rely on. Why? 2 reasons. One reason is, Shema en osim lo nes. Maybe, in life, in Shema they won't give you a miracle. And second is, if they give you an open miracle, it'll take away zchuyot. It'll take away zchuyot that you already have. And what? That's why he was upset. The rabbi was saying, listen, you're taking me over there. First of all, maybe they wouldn't do a miracle. And saying, well, even if they do a miracle, what? They're going to start taking away the zchuyot. So therefore, a person in life, he has to understand, he has to do things that natural being, this, that. Like for example, right? A person, like we said this once before, let's say a person has high blood pressure. I'll give you an example. He was telling me that he has a high blood pressure, this, like that. He has high blood pressure. So now what does he have to do? He has to take medication. Now, why is he taking the medication? Because we have to avoid open miracles, right? But really, the whole thing's a miracle. How could the medicine, all of a sudden he takes the medicine, and the whole thing changes. His whole body changes, this, that. Now he has low blood pressure, he has normal blood pressure. How does that even happen? You take a pill, a guy has a headache, he takes a pill, takes an Advil, takes a Tylenol or something like that, all of a sudden, no headache. How did that even happen? Where did it even come from? Not from the medicine. It was from Hashem the whole entire time. But in order to avoid the open miracle, so we take the medicine, we do this, we do that, like as if. You understand what I'm trying to say? You hear what's going on? And this is really an important lesson that we have to understand. That even when we do things of nature, we have to believe, and we know this, we all know this. Hateva, look at Hateva. We know this already, but we have to get it in our blood system. He says, enough the miracles that Hashem does every single second of our lives. He says, if you look at it, the whole thing's a miracle. How many Jews are there in the world? And how many non-Jews are in the world? In 1 second, look at Russia and Ukraine, what's going on over here. Russia's going crazy with Ukraine, and everybody knows Ukraine, literally, comparison to Russia, it's like a little nothing, Ukraine. Russia comes in, the whole thing. Even if they lose 10,000 soldiers, 100,000 soldiers, Russia still keeps on giving more people ammo and this, that, they'll kill them really. Technically speaking, they'll kill them. That's just Ukraine. Now, if you look at the Jews itself, how many Jews are there in the world? How many? So if all High School 1,000,000 times, all the Goyim get together, Jews! Do we stand a chance? We don't stand a chance. But what does Hashem do? He does miracles. Because the Gemara says, we're like dust and we're like stars. This is what the Gemara says, Masechet Megillah, Daf Yud Aleph. What does it mean we're like dust and we're like stars? we're like dust. If we do averot, then what? We're like dust. The enemies can step on us like dust, wipe us out, 2 seconds. But if we're on the verge of doing mitzvot and ma'asim tovim, then already we're on the highest level of stars. No matter what the goys will do to us, no matter what the goyim will do to us, it's impossible to what? To knock us out. And that's Purim. Purim, what happened with Purim? Purim, really, we were weakened. Purim didn't just happen like that. What happened? Gemara says maybe bitul Torah, maybe we're stopping to learn. The Gemara says maybe what? We were empty of mitzvot. So that Hashem says, okay, you're empty of mitzvot, you're not learning the Torah. In that case, that's it. The miracles got to stop, and that's it. Finish. Bring the Amalek, and bring the Hashverosh, and bring the Haman, and bring everything like that. But what at the end? We did tshuva. We came back to Borei Olam, and Kadosh Baruch Hu changed the whole thing around. And what? This is exactly what he's trying to say. Really, in essence, every single second that we do anything is a miracle. That's what it's true. And what? We cannot rely on it. But what? One thing is for sure. The fact that we're in existence, the fact that the Jewish people are even existent is really an open miracle if you think about it. We're minute of the minute. If we don't do, if as general we don't go into Israel, Hashem says, whoa, one second. I can put you like dust. But when we do things, we're like what? We're like stars. Look at the 6-day war in Israel. You ever see the 6-day war in Israel? The chances of us, I remember when I was in school, I was a kid. And I remember one Rabbi, I forgot, Harman, I forgot what was his name, Rabbi Haramati. He got up and he says, you guys don't realize how open miracle it was. He says, if you think about it, it was a 6-day war, but he was saying, I remember, they didn't, it was just, we're like 20 years old, that's it. The army we didn't have much. And he said that for bombs, they didn't have bombs. They didn't have many bombs. So what did they do? They took seltzer bottles. You know seltzer bottles? They took seltzer bottles and they just chucked it to scare them. Like that. Just to scare the people. They didn't have much. But the got scared is that. And he told me that at night they had very few trucks. Like all those tanks. Very true. How are they going to beat the army of who knows how long they're going to... So what they did is at night, they tricked the people. They put that one truck going back and forth by the border, going this way, going that way, going this way, going that way, going this way, going that, the whole night. So the enemies are thinking, how many tanks do these guys have? They don't have satellite back in the day to see what's going on. So they're thinking, they're hearing back and forth. They have 100,000 tanks over there. They got scared. So the next day we came in with 1, 2 tanks, they were already running for their lives. They thought in their mind, what's going on? This is all an open miracle. But what? But Allah says, you're doing the right thing, you're doing good in your life, no problem. Hashem says, I'll take everything. Because why? You become like the star. When you become like the star, nobody in the world can touch you.